Greetings. Welcome to the convocation ceremonies of the Graham School of Continuing Liberal and Professional Studies. My name is Emily Lynn Osborne, and I am currently serving as the interim dean of the Graham School. I am here to welcome you to this digital exercise and celebration and to congratulate you on your master's degree. Graduating today from the Graham School are individuals earning masters in biomedical informatics, masters in data analytics, masters in threat and response management, masters of arts in teaching, and masters of liberal arts. The entity, which is today the Graham School, and which for a long time was known as University College, dates to the origins of the University of Chicago. President William Rainey Harper, the founding president of the university, believed it was imperative to bring the expertise and commitments of the university to a wider population. One of the university's original academic divisions was thus dedicated to giving classes in downtown Chicago to people who we now identify as adult learners. That division also offered correspondence courses. By studying for your master's through the Graham School, you are, in effect, contributing to one of the foundational traditions of this university. Many of the degrees being awarded today by the Graham School are relatively new, strictly speaking. Biomedical informatics, data analytics, threat and response management, and the Urban Teacher Education Program, or UTEP, were each founded in the 21st century. The Master's in Liberal Arts is only a little bit older, but each has a historical antecedent. In the 1930s, the University of Chicago opened an Institute of Statistics in downtown Chicago. It proposed that better data could help people in a variety of professions to make better decisions. A premise not unfamiliar to those of you who are focused on biomedical informatics and data analytics. Likewise, seeds of threat and response management can be seen in a series of courses from the 1940s devoted to civil defense and protecting citizens and residents in case of crisis. Graduates of UTEP, genealogical traces of your program can be found in those correspondence courses that Harper set in place at the end of the 19th century. Many of its students were teachers who translated their studies at the University of Chicago into their own classrooms. And for those of you who have earned the Master's in Liberal Arts, your course of study exemplifies, like arguably no other at this institution, our university motto: let knowledge increase so that life may be enriched. But while we can trace continuities, there are also stark differences to this particular graduation day. As we all know, we are marking this occasion in an utterly novel way. This past quarter has brought with it a sea of dramatic changes in our classrooms and programs of study. Many of us had never heard of Zoom before March. Some of us likewise harbored suspicions about the value and efficacy of remote learning. Indeed, many of you enrolled in the University of Chicago precisely because of its reputation for rigorous in-person engagement. Happily, I think we have all learned that the remote learning environment is robust and productive, much more so than many of us anticipated, as long as the internet connection does not falter. But of course, changes in classroom context and format are but one facet of your lives. Many of you returned home or stayed home with the ending of in-person instruction, and you have faced challenges, large and small. The regime of social isolation has brought with it, in some cases, new forms of congregation and integration. Classes, interviews, and professional meetings may now be interrupted, or shall we say supplemented, by the needs and requests of children and spouses and elderly relatives. The pandemic has transformed the economy, creating tremendous new financial strains and crises. And for some of you, COVID-19 is not at all an abstraction that demands distance, but rather something that has invaded your household. Some of you have fallen ill from it. Some of you have lost family and friends. For others, too, the pandemic has been a defining feature of your professional and personal lives. This graduating cohort includes first responders and medical professionals, particularly in the threat and response management and biomedical informatics degrees. For you are serving on the front lines of the pandemic wrought by COVID-19. I thank you for your service to your communities and to us all. In the before times, we would celebrate this day, all of us together, in person. In the morning, there is to be a grand ceremony on the quad with President Zimmer and a procession of bagpipes leading the way. The scene is replete with black robes and square hats and shimmering satin hoods. Because here at the University of Chicago, we definitely do pomp and circumstance. The weather might be hot and sticky, or it might be gray and rainy, but nothing suppresses the happiness and pride of the graduates, of your joy. Then, still wearing your cap and gowns, you proceed in the early afternoon to the auditorium for Graham School ceremonies. There, you sit, shoulder to shoulder, taking selfies and group pictures with members of your cohort, and you listen to speeches. And then you proceed on stage as your name is called, where you shake hands with your program directors, collect your hard-earned diploma, and wave for the cameras held by your friends and family in the audience. Afterwards, in the halls outside, you crowd around long tables for hors d'oeuvres and drinks. You raise your glass with friends and family. Then you presumably continue the celebration, in a restaurant, perhaps, or a backyard barbecue. And there you are surrounded by your loved ones, and you give a big hug to your mother, or your uncle, or your grandfather, or your spouse, or your teenage child, or that dear friend who you have known from high school who flew across the country for the occasion. Those individuals, in other words, who know you best and know about the commitment that has driven you to earn this degree today. Those individuals who never doubted your ability or your dedication to do so. Those individuals who know the sacrifices, financial and personal, that this course of study has required. You have earned, in short, the bright lights of celebration. But as we all know, those lights have dimmed. I am sorry that you are not able to mark this day in the way that you deserve, and that, for some of you, the celebration of your master's degree may never take place as you may have once wished or imagined. And I am also sorry that, degree in hand, you are entering an economic landscape that is almost unspeakably grim. But while I can do little to halt a pandemic or right the world, I will note my utter admiration for you. I am struck, once again, by the resolve and fortitude that drives all of our graduates in this great spectrum of possibility and promise that is the Graham School. You are here today because of your principled ambition, because of your belief in the idea that education can help make the world a better place, and because of the courageous and perhaps audacious conviction that you can and should play a role in that process. I commend you for your dedication to enhancing your professional skills, for your willingness to test and challenge yourself, and for your belief in the transcendent power of learning. And with that, I extend my heartfelt congratulations to the graduating Graham School class of 2020. Thank you.
Thank you to the University of Chicago for the opportunity to earn my master's degree in liberal arts, and thank you to my mom for her support along the way.
Gracias a mis padres por todo su apoyo. Los quiero mucho y son mi inspiración.
It's so exciting to be graduating today. Thank you to friends and family for all your support and MSCA program for the opportunity. We did it.
I would like to dedicate this accomplishment to my parents, Jorge and Sandra, my daughter, Leanne, and also I want to say thank you to all my mentors at Synchrony Financial.
I am so happy and honored to be here to graduate with my fellow classmates today. I want to thank all my family and friends for the love and support.
I'm so excited to graduate from UChicago today. A big thank you to my professors and friends from the MSA program. Wish you all the best. I'll miss you.
I'm so happy to be graduating today. I'd like to thank my family, my friends, all of my instructors, advisors, and classmates for all of their support along the way.
Thank you so much to Cohort 12. You guys are an incredible group of people, and I'll remember you forever. And thanks so much to David, my family, and all the friends who supported me on this journey.
I want to thank my amazing family and friends who supported me during this entire time. I did it. I'm done. It's over.
I have to thank my family, all my friends. I couldn't have done it without all of you. My mom, my better half Ray, my kids Gary and Courtney, my grandson Evan from heaven. This is for you, Evan.
Hi everybody, I want to thank my parents, my friends, and the rest of my family, and I especially want to thank everybody at University of Chicago, especially my cohort.
The first time I made it to a graduation ceremony, and I'm really proud to be part of the University of Chicago Class of 2020 Master of Science Threat and Response Management.
Thank you to my parents, my boyfriend, and my friends for all of their support these last 2 years. And to our instructors and my fellow Cohort 12 members, I could not have done this without you.
Congratulations, Cohort 12, Class of 2020. Thank you for this amazing experience. Special thanks to my mom who encouraged me to take this journey. We did it! Woo!